here. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to in this one is we are going to be continuing on with the 2026 Coastal Decor series. And I am going to get back to my Decorate With Me portions of the videos. In fact, I do not have anything to haul unless I come across something that I've just purchased with when I'm decorating in this video. But we are going to be decorating up a corner cabinet here I have to your left here, and then we're going to move over to your right, and we're going to be working on the big black hooker hutch. And I'm going to be explaining to you how I like to decorate. If you have, this is a good tutorial, if you will, about how I like to decorate my shelves and how I like to position things on my shelf so it doesn't look too uniform. And yes, it'll look symmetrical, but I'll show you a way that I decorate symmetrically, but it looks different. If that makes sense. I am feeling better today than I did last Thursday. We've had a lot of running of the roads in the last couple of days. You probably see in my eyes I'm a little bit tired, but it's a good tired. It's not a bad tired. I've had many a trip that have been bad tireds that have made me bad tired in the last few months, if that makes sense. But I'm a little bit tired and a little bit sore today, but that's okay. I feel better. So we're going to march on and we're going to do some decorating. I don't have anything to haul that I know of in this video or that I can think of right away, unless I come across something when we're decorating. And I do have some new things, but I've already hauled them, and I'll remind you. Always remember to check the description box below, because I do try to list everything individually that I use in this video. And I always put a link to my new Coastal Amazon box in the description box. So also, if I've purchased anything from stores and if it is available, it's just not from Amazon, it's from wherever else I shop. Except for Home Goods, I really can't give those links because they don't offer them. So, but I do put in, there's another section that I can search, and you will see, that'll come up with shopping, and come up with the box on your video or whatever that you can go to and click on those and see what I've linked. So let's see. In Thursday's video, we are going to be working on the dough bowl, and I do have a big haul from Home Goods. I went back into Home Goods yesterday and hit pay dirt. Yes, I did. I got some really nice things. So I don't have time to show that to you in this video, I don't think. So I will show you when we do the dough bowl. So I'm trying to think if I have anything else to tell you. I don't think I have anything else to tell you. So let's get started with the decorating. How about that? So let me turn my camera and get situated, and I will be right back in just a second. And we will work on this corner shelf. All right? All right. Be right back. Okie dokie, here we go. This is the shelf I'm going to be working on. And of course, at the end, I'll get back and show you more of the shelf. So let me put my camera up just a little bit here. Okie dokie, here we go. This is the top. We'll start right here at the top. And you can see here, I got this seahorse picture. This is in glass. It is from Hobby Lobby. I did get that from Hobby Lobby last year. And, you can see I'm very simply decorating this year, you guys. I'm telling you, I really am. I did add this little green lamp. I bought this last year. At some point, I put the little green lamp back up and 2 little white candlesticks with blue-green candles in them. And then I just added this little crystal angel. One of you guys got me her. And that's all I'm going to do at the top there. Very simply done. Very soft, very pretty. So let me move you down now, and we'll start decorating up the shelves. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I have a hook up here, right on the top shelf here, and I want to add this. I'm going to hook this rope right on the hook that is on the top shelf. So this can hang right there down the side, kind of like that. Then you can see I have a little angel back here. Obviously, I got her from the spring shop, who knows how many years ago. I don't have my glasses on, but 2012, you guys. I've had her for a while, but she's going to take center stage back there. And then I have a piece of coral. I'm going to put that here. And then I do have a little seahorse little box. I got this from Amazon last year. So that can go right there. Very simple, but cute. Okay, let's move to the second shelf down. Okay, I'm going to start with this little shelf vase, if you will. I'm just going to set that right like that. I didn't even take it apart from last year. That's been sitting in my garage like that since last year. So it just has ivy in it, and this is just a spider mum. And then I'm going to add this little gold candlestick with a little spiral candle right there. Again, very simply done. And then the bottom shelf is, oh goodness, is already pretty much decorated. This is a bowl that Chris's mom gave me. I like it there. It's very pretty. It's got a little bit of gold on it. Gold and black. And I love it. And I got that little angel, I'm not sure from where, a place like Temu, something like that. And she's just going to sit right there. And then I'm going to pull down the coral like I did up top, only I'm going to put it on the right hand side. So the coral on the top shelf is to the left, and then the coral on the bottom shelf is to the right. So there you can see both. So they offset one another. So I don't have one coral on top of another. You know, I want to make it look symmetrical, but different. So there's a good example of that. And then on the floor here, I just very simply have a plant up on a stand. There you can see. And this. And I'm going to leave this alone right like this because I really don't have anything else to put there. It says there is power in kindness. And it has pretty colors of spring and summer. And I like that right there. So that's going to do this corner. Having something in this corner really does brighten up the room. And for the first month or whatever it was we were in here before we got this corner cabinet, it drove me crazy because I said something needs to go there. Something, I need a corner shelf for there. So one day when I was in that Dottie's Den place, I found this and I was like, man, oh man. So Chris ended up getting it for me. And I love it. So anyway, so that's going to do this corner. So let me get myself situated and we're going to move over here and do some more shelf work on the big hooker Hutch. Okay, I'll be right back in just a second. Okie dokie, everybody, I'm back. And I wanted to start with the top shelf there. And I honestly did not move one thing off of that shelf, nor did I add anything. That is exactly how I had that decorated for spring. And I'm going to pull that right over here into the coastal decor. Again, I don't have much more coastal decor, even though I did find some things to use in the dining room and living room. I haven't really found something that I wanted to add here. So we're going to leave that as is. And I even thought about putting some pampas grass in the vases back there, in the bottles back there, but I haven't found any white and I haven't ordered any. So that might change if you see this at a later time. So anyway, it's just the same tray in the middle with a sage green charger and the same ginger jars and the same birdhouses. And we're going to move to the top shelf now. So let's move down a shelf and we'll get started with the top two shelves and see what we can do here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is add some of these chargers, these blue chargers. But instead of just having just one go up, I'm going to double them up and so that they look a little bluer. One looks very, very translucent almost. But if you add another one behind it, it helps bring the blue color out. So I am going to place one on one side, or one set of two on one side. I'm not sure where these candles are going to go yet. And then one set of 2 on the other side. And I think I want them moved down a little bit. And then I have my last little turtle plate here, like I used in the windows. I'm gonna move the turtle over here, and he'll go right in the middle, like that. And again, I'll get back and make sure that I have everything situated correctly. And now I wanna add a couple of my milk glass plates that you guys have seen before. I had a dear friend give me a whole set of 12 of these, and I love them. They're so pretty. So I'm going to move them right about like that, I think. I might like it more. Come here, lady. Like this. Something like that. I think it hides the blue plate too much if I do it toward the center. So let's try that on this side too. Move this over, put her down here for a second. Let me get this put up here. I'm up on my tippy toes here. Oh, this hutch is 8 feet tall. So this, even for me, it's hard for me to reach this top shelf. And I really don't want to get on a ladder. So, again, I'll get back from this and make sure that it is exactly where I want it to be. So, for now, I think I like that. Okay, so now let's start working on the next shelf down. I always have my little willow tree family sitting up here. I just dusted this, you guys. I swear to goodness I did. Ugh. So I'm going to start with them, I think. Maybe like this. Something like that. Then I have two of these pretty little milk glass dishes. And Chris's mom gave me one, and I thrifted the other one. I think I want to put these little gazing balls, if you will, inside of them. And I'm going to flank this little family with them. I actually might move these down a smidge. Kind of like that, or like that. I have this that I think I want to put back here in this corner. And like that. And then I do have a little turtle here that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I think I want to put one of him right here. Cute, cute. So I like that. And then you can see my hobnail. That's like a little mason jar. I thrifted that. It did not have a lid to it. And then hobnail candlesticks with sage candles in them. This is a hobnail fan dish. And then this little dish actually is something that can open up and actually become like a little serving, isn't that cute? Little serving tray. But I'm going to keep it shut for now and use it as decoration back here in this corner. So I think I like that. And again, I'll get back from it to make sure everything is looking symmetrical, even though it's not perfectly symmetrical. I think you're now seeing what I was talking about, huh? Trying to make it look symmetrical without it being exactly like I don't have a fan dish on this side. I don't have another one of those back in the corner. But height-wise and the space that it takes up with on the shelf is about the same at each corner. And the way we work ourselves across the shelf in a symmetrical manner, I think it looks good. So, all right, next shelf down. Oh, let's see. I'm going to see if I can put you down a little bit for this one. Okay. Now, please excuse my back if I get in the picture here, or my hair if it's parted in the back, or any number of other things, who knows. Okay, we're going to start here on this shelf. And right here, I have another one of those little turtles. I want to put him right there to kind of offset the guy at the top. And I have two blue candles instead of sage in these little milk glass candlesticks. Okay, and here we have a little turtle, and I just want to kind of put him back. I do have a, you can see that there is a little plate trough there. So I just stuck his fin down in that and then kind of bent him to sit on the top. And he looks kind of cute there. So I think I'll leave him like that. And I do have another little milk glass dish with, I think I'll put that there, with another little gazing ball. Again, offset from the ones on, above it there. So I think that looks cute. And then I do have another piece of coral that I would like to set kind of, I have the fan, I don't think you can see above it, but I have the fan hobnail dish right above, right like it would be right here. So I'm going to move this over a little bit to the left, and I'll go ahead and put the little willow tree lady right there. So that is going to do that shelf. I like that. And then very simply for the bottom shelf here, I'm going to add this little green lantern right in the middle. This is kind of one of those indoor-outdoor little lanterns. And I want these plates, again, to be in a little bit further than the ones are up on the top shelf, so that I don't have plate and then plate like that. I want it to be plate and then plate. And I do have a couple of more plates I'm going to add to this and kind of layer it up a little bit here. I have another little turtle here. Put it on this side. And I didn't have another turtle plate, but I have a little crab, and I think he'll be cute. Here. Like that. And again, I'll get back from it and make sure everything looks all right. Put this out this way. Another little hobnail dish. And let's see. I don't have another little willow tree lady for here, but I'm sure I'll be able to find one from somewhere. I just don't have it right here with me. When you see the last pictures, a willow tree lady will be right there. Now, as we get further back, so that's it for the shelves, you guys. That is it for the shelves, and I think it looks super, Super pretty. I like it. It brings in the coastal. It is symmetrical looking, yet it's not symmetrical. And there's not one piece of decor that's piled, one like piece of decor that is piled on top of another as you go from shelf to shelf to shelf. So I love it. I think it looks really pretty. I did leave this Live More, Worry Less, and Be Happy, and the little blue dishes. I left them in place from spring. And I like bringing in the elements of and pops of blue. I think it looks really pretty. So I did want to remind you of one other thing that I purchased this year, and that is, hang on, this little shelf on top of my scroll piece here. I've got one here and I've got one on the other side. And we just tied them on. We used the hanger on the back of the candle holder to tie and put a pipe cleaner through it and tied it onto the scroll piece. And what I'm going to put on here, I bought this, I think it was a set of 3 of these kind of coastal candles last year. I'm going to put one here. And I have a couple of more of these little kind of mother of pearl shell looking candle rings. I'm going to put that right around it. Really pretty. And I'm going to do that to the other side. So I'll do that and I'll show you that at the end. Okie dokie, you guys. I wanted to come here to this little corner here. This is what I call my crate cozy corner. And I just want to do a couple of things right here. Nothing major. So I've had the tobacco basket. I've had the, the sage green charger. I've had the beads. They were all sitting there just like this with a couple of other things on the top. But remember the shell I hauled the other day? I think I'm going to add that right here to the bottom of the basket. And then very simply, I think I'm going to take another milk glass dish and set it right here. And you guys remember this little jar of shell filler, if you will. And I'm just going to fill this right up with these little shells and pretty sea glass. And I think that'll look super pretty. Again, very simply done. But how pretty is that? Super pretty. And I'm just going to leave everything else as is. And I'll set this a little bit to the side so we can see the shell a little better. I really don't have anything else. Again, I'm really low. I do have a bird over there. Maybe I'll put a little bird here. Just to put something there. It's a little naked there without something. So I'll do that, and you'll see that in the end pictures. But I think this looks pretty. I think I'm really happy with these 3 little vignettes, if you will. And again, I'm just plugging in the coastal. I'm not really recreating the wheels so much. So hang on just a second. Let me get myself repositioned, and we'll do a little bit more chitting and chatting, Will. Okie dokie, you guys. Well, I'm back, and I'm very happy with how the corner shelf worked out and the hutch. I'm very happy with how this worked out. Very, very, very happy. And then the little crate cozy corner. I think that looks super pretty just to kind of pull everything together. And wait till I get back to show you these scroll pieces with the little candlesticks and everything on them. They look really cute. I never had thought to do that in the past. Why? I don't know. But there we go, something new for this year. And this side of the house, other than the dough bowl, which we'll do on Thursday, is completely done. I don't think I'm going to be doing my powder room, you guys. Pardon me. It looks so pretty and springy, and I don't have anything else to put in there unless I add just a little something to the shelf, above the toilet in there. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I think it looks pretty, and no need to touch it if we don't, to bring it into the coastal really. So we'll do the dough bowl on Thursday, and then I have a pretty good haul there from Amazon and from Home Goods that I'll bring you on Thursday. So anyway, I hope that everybody is doing well and that you're gearing up for summertime. That's coming quicker than we know it's going to be here, right on top of us, and we won't be complaining about the snow and the cold and the rain. We'll be complaining about the, well, here in Virginia anyway, the stifling hot temperatures and the humidity. It gets so humid here in Virginia. It's like 100% humidity, and it makes it feel like it's about 150 degrees outside. I'm not even kidding. It gets so hot and humid here. You feel like somebody just threw a wet blanket over your face when you walk outside. So, okay, well, I guess that's it. I hate to say goodbye. I always hate saying goodbye to you guys. So, but I'll go into my final words and say, for those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, or have suffered a great loss, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all of that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.